Welcome to another video on video editing basics with OpenShot. In today's lesson, we are going to look at the timeline. The timeline is where all the magic will take place. All the editings which you're going to do in your video will take place in the timeline. So when you're talking about the timeline is this area down here, which comprises of very many tracks. We have tracks like, there is track 5, 4, 3, and very many. So we can as well add tracks as many as we want based on the projects or the number of projects we are working on. So the timeline allows you to arrange your media files in very many sequences, which make up your final video. Of course, the timeline consists of tracks, like I showed you. So you can look at these tracks as layers, maybe layers of different objects put together. So to add your media file to the track, you simply come in your project files, you select the media you want, you then drag and drop. Just simple as that. You can also highlight if you want to drop many clips. In case maybe you have very many clips which you've added on the timeline, and maybe the track are not enough. So what you can do, you can add a new track. In order to add a new track, you'll come this side. Then there is a drop down menu, which you can see here. Then you'll click on that drop down menu. There is option for adding a track above. If you want to add, we can see now we have more track. And then also there is option for adding track below. So we can see we have created a track here. Now we're having how many tracks? We have like 7 tracks now, which we can all work with. But like I said, it depends on. Yeah, so that's how we can add tracks. Should you want to remove the tracks, you'll simply come back here. Then you click on remove track. So we are removing back the track we had added because we don't want them right now. Now, we have already added a media file onto our timeline. Now, if you want to check how this media file is, you'll simply click on, you come to the video preview, you click on play. Automatically, your video will start playing, like we can see there. We can also add different type of files. For example, maybe audio files, like we're having an audio file here. So we can simply click, pick and drop it down. So you need to you must always put audio files. In case maybe there's a music you want to add to a video, it should be down. On the second track in your video. So when we play all these media files you have dropped on your timeline, they are flexible, they can move around. So you can always, change their location, extend and bring back. Like for instance, if you wanted to put an image or a video on top of another, what you have to make sure is that the track of the overlay or a background should be on top of the other. So what you're going to do first, you will, put these tracks, you change their position, you drop, then you can come here, you come and drop the image which you want to appear on top of this video. So I'll adjust my playhead. So when I play like this, what is able to appear first is the image until we can also add track using this green button besides the option where we will select from here. Well, we have the options of adding track above and below. We can also add tracks using that big green icon. Now, next is now that we have added audios, let's say you wanted to edit the other video up. However, the audio you've added, you don't want it to be playing. So what you're going to do, you'll click here, and then you come to properties. But of course, with the new software update, it automatically displays the properties automatically displays this side. So we are going to scroll through and look for volume. Let's check. So we are going to look for volume. Now, to mute, we shall reduce the volume to 0. Now, when the volume is to 0, when we play, we shall be able to get only the original video without the music, the background. So when you want to bring the music back, you will simply. Then there is a scenario where, like, you have very many projects on your timeline. And now the surface area which is visible is small, like we can see. We have projects, we have size of media files which have passed up to the other side. Now, what we are going to do, we can just drag this to check through the timeline to see the length of the video files we have put by scrolling through, or simply we increase the size of the timeline by extending this. We have extended our size of the timeline. So you can extend as far as possible based on. Then another shortcut for also zooming and minimizing your timeline, you can use the minus or plus sign on your keyboard to reduce or to increase the size of your timeline. You simply go to the minus sign on your keyboard. It can reduce and expand the size. Yeah, so there are also scenarios where you have done your edits. You have done very many edits. And now there is a section which you don't want to continue further editing while there are other parts you're still editing. There is option for locking a particular file you're working on. So to lock, you'll simply come to that track which you don't want to continue editing. You lock the track so that you don't mess it around. Maybe with a simple mistake you can do. So what you're going to do, you'll come to lock track. When you lock the track, you will not be able to do anything on it. You'll see this padlock sign showing that the track is locked. So when you want to do anything, maybe editing or dragging, or there is no action which will take place on that track until maybe when you're done with editing other sections of the video. Then when you want to make any changes to it, you'll come back and do what? And unlock. So this brings us to the end of this lesson. Let me know in the comment section if there's any inquiry. And like I always say, make sure you use that platform for any message you feel like dropping there. You can always drop so that people can be able to interact and have discussions around maybe a question we looked at in this video. We basically looked at an overview of the timeline. See you in the next video.